Hi friends, welcome to 4C Learning. It's me Anil. Today I am going to discuss an important topic in banking and financial institution. It's about the Reserve Bank of India. It includes the structure of Reserve Bank of India, the major functions of Reserve Bank of India, and the monetary policy taken by the Reserve Bank of India. Let's briefly discuss about the structure of RBI. In 1926, the Hilton Young Commission was recommended the establishment of Reserve Bank of India. But the RBI was established on 1935. The RBI Act was comes on 1934. The Reserve Bank of India was nationalized in 1949. These 4 years are very important. Before 1949, the Reserve Bank of India was privately owned. But after the nationalization of Reserve Bank of India in 1949, it is fully owned by the Government of India. The central office of the Reserve Bank of India was situated in Kolkata, but it was permanently moved to Mumbai. The affairs of Reserve Bank of India is governed by a board of directors. These directors are appointed by the Government of India for 4 years. The governor and deputy governors are the full-time members in the committee. They are appointed for 5 years. These are briefly about the structure of Reserve Bank of India. Let's discuss major functions of Reserve Bank of India. There are so many functions of Reserve Bank of India. We can summarize the functions into 5. The first and most important function of RBI is formulate, implement and monitor the monetary policy. The next one is issues and exchange of currencies. Here we should remember a point. The currencies are issued by the Reserve Bank of India, but the coins are issued by the Finance Ministry. The next function is the RBI is the regulator of the banking sector in India. Next one, manages FEMA Act 1999. FEMA Act means Foreign Exchange Management Act. The fifth function is the RBI acts as a banker to the government. These are the major functions of Reserve Bank of India. Among the functions, the monetary policy making is the main function of the RBI. Let's discuss more about the Monetary Policy Committee and monetary policy. The monetary policy is the policy taken by RBI to manage money supply in the economy or to manage inflation in the economy. These policies are formulated through a committee called Monetary Policy Committee. There are 6 members in the committee. The RBI and Government of India have equal participation in the committee. So, 3 members will be appointed by the Government of India. The RBI Governor will be the ex-officio chairman of the committee. The committee must be held at least 4 times a year. The monetary policies are implemented through various instruments. Let's discuss the instruments of monetary policy. The instruments can be classified into 2: quantitative instruments and qualitative instruments. Let's discuss what are the quantitative instruments of monetary policy and how they are used to control money supply in the economy. The first quantitative instrument is CRR or cash reserve ratio. Every bank should maintain certain percentage of their total deposit with RBI in the form of cash. This is called cash reserve ratio. By increasing the cash reserve ratio by RBI, the lending capacity of the firm will reduce and the money supply in the economy also reduce. By decreasing the cash reserve ratio, the lending capacity of the banks will increase and the money supply in the economy will also increase. Next one, statutory liquidity ratio or SLR. Every bank should maintain certain percentage of their total deposit with RBI in the form of liquid assets. These are called statutory liquidity ratio. By increasing the SLR, the lending capacity of the firm or the lending capacity of the banks will reduce and the money supply in the economy also reduce. By decreasing the SLR, the lending capacity of the firm will increase and money supply in the economy will also increase. Next one, bank rate. It is also called discount rate. It is the interest rate charged by Reserve Bank of India for providing loans and funds to banks. By increasing the bank rate, the lending capacity of the bank will reduce and money supply in the economy will be controlled. And by increasing the bank rate, the lending capacity of the firm or banks will increase and the money supply in the economy also increase. Next one, LAF or Liquidity Adjustment Facility. It is the facility for banks to borrow money from RBI through repurchase agreements. It is an important quantitative instrument of monetary policy. Next one, repo rate. It is the rate at which the Reserve Bank of India lend loans to banks, generally against securities. These are used for short-term purpose, generally up to 90 days. Generally, the repo rate is used to inject liquidity, means inject money supply in the economy. By increasing the repo rate, the lending capacity of the banks will reduce and the money supply in the economy also reduce. By decreasing the repo rate, the lending capacity of the bank will increase and money supply in the economy also increase. In the COVID scenario, the last Monetary Policy Committee reduced the repo rate for increasing money supply in the economy. Next one, reverse repo rate. It is the rate at which the Reserve Bank of India borrow money from banks, generally against securities. By increasing the reverse repo rate, the lending capacity of the banks will increase and the money supply in the economy will increase. And by decreasing the reverse repo rate, the lending capacity of the banks will reduce and the money supply in the economy will also reduce. Generally, the repo rate is used to absorb liquidity or absorb money supply in the economy. Next one, MSF or Marginal Standing Facility. It is a window for banks to borrow money in case of emergencies, but they cannot use repo facility. Next one, open market operations. Open market operations means the Reserve Bank of India directly purchase and sell the government securities in the market. By purchasing the government securities, the money flow from RBI to economy, and by selling the government securities, the money flow from economy to Reserve Bank of India. By this, the RBI can control the money supply in the economy. These are the major quantitative weapons of monetary policy. Let's discuss some qualitative measures of monetary policy. Qualitative instruments. These are also called selective tools. These are not much important, but you need to know which are the qualitative instruments. First one, fixing marginal requirements. Second one, consumer credit regulations. Third one, selective credit control. Fourth one, credit rationing. Fifth one, moral suasion. Sixth one, direct action. Here the quantitative instruments are most important and more questions are asked in this area. Let's discuss some questions about the Reserve Bank of India. You can see the first question in the slide. Which among the following are true regarding Reserve Bank of India? First statement. RBI is fully owned by the Government of India. It is a true statement. After the nationalization of RBI in 1949, the RBI is fully owned by the Government of India. Second statement. The RBI Governor is the ex officio chairman of the Monetary Policy Committee. It is a true statement because the RBI Governor will be the ex officio chairman of the Monetary Policy Committee. Third statement. Fiscal policy taken by RBI to manage money supply in the economy. It is a false statement because the monetary policy is taken by RBI to manage money supply in the economy and the fiscal policy is taken by Government of India to manage the public expenditure, public debt and taxation. Fourth statement. The Monetary Policy Committee consists of 6 members and they are appointed by RBI. It's a false statement. The monetary policy consists of 6 members, but they are not appointed by RBI. 3 of them are appointed by the Government of India. Fifth statement. The meeting of the Monetary Policy Committee are held at least 4 times a year. It's a true statement. Next statement. The money market and capital market are controlled and regulated by RBI. It's a false statement. The money market are controlled and regulated by RBI, but the capital market are regulated by the Securities Exchange Board of India. Next one. The directors of RBI are appointed for 4 years. It's a true statement. We said that the directors are appointed for 4 years. Let's see the options. First one, the RBI is fully owned by Government of India. It's included in all options. Second one, the RBI is the ex-officio chairman of the Monetary Policy Committee. It's a true statement. So, we can eliminate the option B. Next one, the fiscal policy is taken by RBI to manage money supply in the economy. It's also false. So, we can eliminate the option D. The balance options are A and C. Next statement. The monetary policy consists of 6 members and they are appointed by RBI. It's a false statement. So, we can directly eliminate the option A. So, we get the answer C. Second question. Which among the following are false? First statement. By increasing the CRR, RBI can control the excess flow of money in the economy. It is a true statement. Second one, the direct purchase of securities in the open market is a way of RBI to control excess flow of money in the economy. It's a false statement. We said that the direct sale of securities in the open market is the way of RBI to control excess flow of money in the economy. Next statement. In order to control the shortage of money supply, the RBI will increase the repo rate. It's also a false statement. We said that in order to control the shortage of money supply, the RBI will decrease the repo rate. Fourth statement. By increasing the SLR, RBI can control the excess flow of money in the economy. It's a true statement. Next one. Direct selling of securities in open market is a way of RBI to control excess money in the economy. It's a true statement. So we get the answer option D. When RBI reduces statutory liquidity ratio by 50 base points, which of the following is likely to happen? Option A. India's GDP growth rate increases drastically. Option B. Foreign institutional investors may bring more capital in our country. Option C. Scheduled commercial banks may cut their lending rates. Option D. It may drastically reduce the liquidity to banking system. We know that by reducing the SLR, the scheduled banks may cut their lending rates. So, option C is the answer. Next question. Reverse repo rate is a tool used by RBI to dash. We said that the reverse repo rate is used to absorb liquidity. So, option A is the answer. The last question is, what will be the impact of cash reserves of commercial banks if RBI conduct a sale of securities? By selling the government securities, the cash reserves of the banks will decrease. So, option B is the answer. These are the questions about the Reserve Bank of India. Let's conclude. We discussed the major topic in Reserve Bank of India, the structure of RBI, major functions of RBI, and the monetary policy and the instruments of monetary policy. And we discussed some major questions in the Reserve Bank of India. If you have any doubt regarding the section, put it in the comment box. Okay, we will see in the next video. Thank you.